Before we go any further, I think we should get our proton packs.
Good idea.
On Thacker, and Haunted Mansion was a good little movie that came out back in 2023. I'm sure no one has saw this movie since then, so I'll give a brief reminder. Haunted Mansion was a spooky family comedy released by Disney based on the classic ride The Haunted Mansion. And this was actually the second attempt at a Haunted Mansion movie, because the first one wasn't exactly good. And Haunted Mansion 2023 was, at least in my opinion, a lot better than the Eddie Murphy one. And I thought it was pretty good. A perfectly enjoyable, fun, family spooky movie with a great cast and generally just a good movie that I'll put on every other October or so. And I'm sure a lot of other people would have agreed with that if they actually watched the movie, because this movie bombed hard, making only $117.5 million on a budget of $150 million. It's actually considered one of the biggest box office bombs of all time, and it wasn't received the best. So why did Haunted Mansion bomb just so incredibly hard? Well, there are a few contributing factors as to why, but I do think there is one main reason, which we'll get into in a bit. First of all, let's talk about the Barbenheimer in the room. This movie released around the same time as the Barbenheimer craze. And pretty much every movie that came out around that time, even if they did well, they couldn't match the success of Barbenheimer. So Barbie and Oppenheimer's successes definitely cut into Haunted Mansion's box office performance. And also around the same time, the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike was also going on, meaning that the cast couldn't advertise the movie. And generally the movie wasn't marketed very well. That one's on you, Disney. And one of the biggest contributing factors was the movie's budget. This was not a movie that required a $150 million budget. This is the kind of movie that didn't even require a budget over $100 million, but definitely not $150. But luckily, it seems like this has taught Disney a bit of a lesson. They've seen it slow down giving so many movies such ridiculous budgets. So even though, while yes, Haunted Mansion would have still been a bomb, it wouldn't have been such a, quite frankly, embarrassing bomb. But the thing that I really think caused Haunted Mansion to bomb the box office was its release date, July 28th, 2023. I have a strong feeling that most people didn't want to watch a spooky family comedy in July. A movie like Haunted Mansion should have been released in either late September or like October to reach that Halloween spooky demographic. And it's not like there were a lot of big releases in October. The Eras tour was shown in theaters, and the FNAF movie was released. The only big competitions Haunted Mansion would have had would have been Taylor Swift and Freddy Fazbear. So why was this movie released in July and not October? Well, quite frankly, I don't know. But in October, Haunted Mansion was released on Disney+, leading a lot of people to think that Disney released Haunted Mansion in July so that way in October they would have something new for Disney+. Now I think this is a bit of a stretch. I think sabotaging your film's box office just as something put on your streaming service in October is very unlikely. So whatever the reason as to why Haunted Mansion was not released in October and instead July, Haunted Mansion was box office and even critical disappointment. But I do think Haunted Mansion will become a cult classic. It just seems like the type of movie. Also, if you're enjoying this video, make sure liking and subscribing, and join the subreddit and the Discord server. Bye guys for now, bye, it's your Thacker.